Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell. Welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exilemagpie.
Hello.
We actually got stuff to talk about.
Yes, which usually ends up being negative.
We're going to talk about the negative stuff, all the negative stuff, and then we'll talk about the state of play. Yeah. As a state of play, not
yeah,
because I've got the God of War thing or a separate thing.
Yes.
Right. So we'll start off with so Multiverses has come back.
Yes,
It's been re-released.
Yes.
Monetization is garbage again.
Absolutely garbage.
It's very, very bad.
The grind is horrendous.
Which is a huge shame because apparently the game is it's actually pretty good.
Yes.
It's a lot better than what it was when it first came out.
Well, yeah, in the way, so it's actually got less features than it was.
No, I mean the actual gameplay is a little bit.
Yeah,
it is better.
But also, there are some things that are broken as hell. Like the Iron Giant has like 3
Wait, you can be the Iron Giant?
Yes.
Well, how do you not win all the time?
Because it shrinks you down. But also, you basically win all the time anyway because it has 3 infinite combos.
But how? The Iron Giant doesn't work. But you can't shrink the Iron Giant down and then be like,
Multiverses has Arya Stark.
Well, yeah, but that's fine. Right. The thing is, that's all fine because it's all different Warner Brother characters, right? The problem with the Iron Giant is if you shrink him down, he's not the Iron Giant anymore.
True.
He's the Iron normal-sized person.
Look, this is Warner Brothers wanted a moneymaker. They wanted.
They
wanted the Brawlhalla money.
Yeah, I know, but again, the Iron Giant, sticking him into a fighting thing goes against the whole point of the Iron Giant.
Yes.
Like the movie and the book.
Yes, but this is a game that has Arya Stark fighting Bugs Bunny.
Yes, but you could argue that, they both fight things.
The point I'm not making the point that the Iron Giant shouldn't be in. The point I'm making is the Iron Giant has three.
Oh yeah.
Unlimited combos.
Yeah.
Unbreakable.
I just don't understand.
Which in a game that is basically like a Smash Brothers type game is a problem.
Yeah, true.
So, but yeah, the game's come out with like animations. Apparently, what they've said is the reason being is that the beta was on Unreal Engine 4,
right?
And then for some reason, they were told they basically made
the full game for
in Unreal Engine 5.
Right. I mean, I can kind of get it, but at the same time, why did you even bother making the beta?
But yeah, the beta used to have 2v2.
Yeah. Did it not have 2v2?
No, the beta used to have 2v2, free for all, and a whole bunch of other modes, right? It's released with just 2v2. Nothing else.
Wow. That's not
you
good.
get only one of the 26 is available.
They're doing a whole
League of Legends
like the MOBA sort of thing where you can.
They are on a rotation.
Yeah, they rotate 3 characters.
Yeah, but here's the best thing: they had the Battle Pass system has a XP. How you gain XP is the old Halo system of challenges.
Oh God!
What's even better is that the challenges are like hit 5 rockets with Joker. Joker's not in rotation.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's worse than Overwatch.
Yes.
Because at least Overwatch, yeah, it was a fucking pain in the ass, but at least, you could do it.
They weren't character specific.
Yeah, they weren't character specific stuff.
It's just like, like I keep saying, if there's something terrible going on in an entertainment industry, Warner Brothers is a part of it.
Yeah.
And usually the worst culprit.
No, it still belongs to Blizzard.
Well, yeah, I know, but in the whole monetization being absolutely god awful, and then the grind to not pay is even worse.
So,
needless to say, people are unhappy about this.
So we'll just go into this. The open beta of Multiverses was one of the biggest events that fighting games has experienced in recent years. Tekken 8, anybody?
Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6?
Mortal Kombat 1?
No. No, we're not talking about Mortal Kombat 1. I'm just going to pretend that game doesn't exist. It's just like... I've watched the story of it, and I'm like, no, I don't like this. This is terrible. And I've watched people play it, and I'm like, no, I don't like this either.
Not for me, bro.
No, this is not the big breakout thing that you think it's going to be. Definitely not. Tekken, on the other hand, god damn did that game just kick the door open. And Street Fighter with
Street Fighter 6 is great.
Story mode.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 is great. The story mode is really good. Tekken 8 is phenomenally good for Tekken fans. If you're a Tekken fan, like you're just eating well.
And Street Fighter.
The only way it could get better is if the first guest character announced his Tifa Lockhart. Yes, I'm biased. I openly admit to that.
No game had managed to overshadow Super Smash Bros. Since the release of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But Warner Games achieved the impossible. After its closure, many people were disappointed and eagerly awaited this release, which has ended up being, at best, bittersweet. Yeah, I'd say that. Because it is a good game.
Yes. Oh, do you want to know who the one character that is...
Everybody gets for free.
Everyone gets for free. Guess who it is?
Bugs Bunny?
Nope.
Shaggy?
Yes. in a roster that has Batman, Superman, Bugs Bunny, and the list goes on. No, all due respect to Shaggy, but like Shaggy is the one that everyone gets. It's like, yeah, you clearly
Super Saiyan Shaggy.
Yes.
I remember that because
the
meme, which, like, I understand them putting it in as a joke.
Yeah.
But he's clearly not a joke character. If you know what I mean. You know how, like, fighting games always have... There's always that gimmick, like Gon from Tekken 3.
Or Dr. Bokovic.
Yeah, there's always, like, a character that, like, you're not actually supposed to... Like, you're not... Like, Dan. Street Fighter. You're not actually supposed to use them...
Dan used to be, like, a really joke character.
Yeah, you're not actually supposed to use them in, like, for competitive. It's just like a piss about.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, right? I would have Shaggy as that, mainly because, well, you know, it's Shaggy who's scared of everybody, and like the meme is like somebody else, like Warner Brothers didn't make Super Saiyan Shaggy.
No, a
fan did it as a joke.
Yes.
But anyway, so although the numbers are spectacular and the game improvements are there with new characters, scenarios. What scenarios? And fixed hitboxes to work as they should, not everything is good news, as it is that the developing studio has decided to make a series of changes to the game system. Changes have not been well received due to what they imply, a more aggressive monetization.
Yes. Also, everything that people unlocked on the beta, which is supposed to carry over,
is gone.
Didn't.
Yeah, what a surprise. Many people have noticed that there are restrictions on character selection in local matches. During the open beta, as long as it was a local match or training mode, you could play with any character, which I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think, like, if it's couch...
Especially when you're asking $10 per character, like, you need to know if you're actually going to do, you know, like, you're going to enjoy playing as that character.
Yeah. This is no longer possible. Multiverses offers... Hold on, I do actually need to go into my settings on this fucking tablet. It's no longer possible. Multiverses offers a rotation of a handful of characters, but all the others must be unlocked in order to be played, making it impossible to play the game locally unless all the characters have been unlocked beforehand. This is a problem for several reasons, and all of them come down to the monetization of the game. Although it is possible to unlock all the characters simply by playing, the fastest method is to pay around €10, £10, $10 per character. A reasonable amount if you want one or two characters, but not if you want the entire roster.
Which this will means only get bigger.
Yeah, this means that if you want to try a certain character, you have to pay or wait for it to be available in rotation. And as we know with some games, there are some characters that don't show up in rotation for fucking time. Ages.
Like, I can guarantee you, Batman is not going to be on rotation for a good while. He'll be. I don't know what the original this like starting rotation is. He might be on this, but like, it'll be a good 6 months to a year probably before he's back. Because Warner Brothers know people want Batman.
Yeah,
so Superman.
Also, what this also does is say they want to make a say people want to do. I say they might not. Well, they probably will because it's Warner Brothers. But say somebody wants to make an esport scene for this game.
But
what you have to do, if you become a pro at the game, at any fighting game, you have to know the other characters.
Yeah,
you have to learn
how to fight against them.
You can't do that with this.
Nope.
Yeah, do you
honestly think Warner Brothers actually cares about that? They just care about the money.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to care, but at the same time, they might do because it might make them money. I don't know. But yeah,
that would mean Warner Brothers are actually thinking.
Yeah, that's true. If you want to practice against a specific character, you have to unlock it beforehand. And the worst part of it all, anyone who wants to organise game tournaments, is what I just said, will have to unlock all the characters beforehand, making the competitive structure of the game much more difficult for no apparent reason or no reason other than greed. All of this has enraged fans, tarnishing an otherwise fantastic piece. Therefore, it is to be expected to see what the response from Warner Brothers and Player First Games is in what is nothing short of a publicity nightmare. This could potentially kill a good portion of the momentum of a game that had a spectacular start. Yeah, you've pretty much because the beta had its problems, but
Warner Brothers has decided to do an Xbox and kill the goose.
I saw a lot of people they're basically just saying if they can just sort the bugs out, they've got a good game here. They've got something.
They've got something that could be really, really good,
and something that they really can make money off.
Yeah,
just successful. And they've literally just murdered it before it even got out of the gate.
They've done an Xbox. They've murdered the goose.
Absolute nonsense. I don't understand.
It's greed. I mean, that's the only reason.
But the thing is you look at it and you go, okay, so I get the whole monetization for characters. I get that, right? But what if you're going to do that? If you're going to basically release the game for free, but give everybody one character and then the rest on, why not just release the game for £30? And then release characters
because they want continuous. Continuous spending.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can get that by doing what Tekken and Street Fighter are doing
with DLC characters.
Yeah, do a season pass with the characters.
There are issues with those season passes, but in comparison to the model that Warner Brothers have gone with,
the thing is, okay, some people don't like the DLC characters, and some people don't like the whole season pass model for these games, but they work and they keep the game alive a lot longer.
I'm just saying, there is issues with the season pass model for fighting games. However, in comparison to what Warner Brothers has done, one is clearly more egregious than the other.
Yeah, this is what I mean though. Is the thing's there. The blueprint is already there. Sell the game for £30, right? $30, €30.
You're using common sense here.
I am using common sense, which is part of the problem here. And then release the DLC packs. Even do a freaking Smash Bros. Your game is literally Smash Brothers. Just do a Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't understand why they've gone the MOBA route.
Because they want more money.
Because
they think
MOBA.
They think that they can just fuck over the fan base, and the fan base will still buy it because that's what's happened previously. The problem is that they now are getting absolutely stupid with the egregious level of monetization in games, and they don't understand that they're getting there because they're now surrounded all by people of a similar thought of people who do not know what the market's like, do not understand the fact that money is a finite resource, and they think that the gaming public are an absolute bunch of fucking idiots, and will just.
But I know, but I'm just like, you've literally got a Smash Brothers clone.
Yeah,
it's a Smash Brothers clone.
Yes. So why don't
you just
do the Smash
Brothers thing? And most likely, look, the people that are going to play your game are Smash Brothers players. Yeah. I don't think people who die hard play Tekken or Street Fighter. They may play Multiverses or Smash Brothers,
but they're not. You're not going to get.
They're not going to be like, oh yeah, like I'm playing Smash Brothers for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, but also like it is a Smash Brothers game that's free to play. Yes, there's a game called Brawlhalla that's already in existence.
Yeah, that's a Smash Bros. Game that is free to play.
That is free to play, and has a better monetization than you. And he's just like, are you?
Who is the people that are coming up with these decisions?
It's called Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but who in Warner Brothers?
This is the company that went to Rocksteady Games.
Yeah, that's true.
And told them, yeah, you know all those single player superhero brawler that you make and are well known and renowned for. You should make a online live service looters shooter.
You know that combat system that you made that revolutionized the action scene. Yeah, I want you to scrap that
and make a generic looter shooter.
Oh my god! Like, it's just literally. It's like every time I look at Warner Brothers, I go, you can't get more stupid. And I feel like they're looking at me back and going, I accept that challenge.
They cancelled a movie that they had completely finished.
Oh, I know.
And decided not to release it. Not because it was bad, but because it would be a tax break.
Yes. Oh, I know.
This is the logic of this company.
I know this. But at the same time, I'm like, you can't get any stupider.
Oh no, but
and then I generally feel that like Warner Brothers are hearing me say this, and they're looking at me, and then they're saying, "Hold my beer."
No, they hear you and go, "That's a challenge." That.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this?
Because they have the people who run Warner Brothers or Warner Brothers Discovery or whatever we want to call them now, have nada. Not a single iota of an idea of the markets, plural, all the markets that they're in.
It's like they've announced the new Batman game, the VR one.
Yeah.
And then they're shocked that nobody cares.
Well, yeah, because
it's like I want to grab one of them by the shirt and be like, you just released Suicide Squad, and then you had a chance. You had a new Batman game coming. You had a chance. And what did you do? You put it on the VR, which hardly anybody has, because no one can afford VR right now.
Which instantly restricts your audience.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
There's a part of me that goes, okay, fine, make a VR game, but because we need to keep the VR.
I'm fine. No, that's not the problem.
But I understand also another part is like your developers at the moment are in a bit of a tight corner. That you need to let them just make something that they're good, that people know they're good at making.
That's not my point. Is like right, Suicide Squad has bombed so badly that like there is a possibility that you're going to be getting rid of your gaming thing. That's how much money you've lost on this. You've also lost Rocksteady has lost all good faith that they had.
Suicide Squad was that bad that people played that and went back to playing Batman Arkham Asylum.
More people play Arkham Origins than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And so your thing is like, I'm fine with you announcing a VR game. I think that's fine. Like you said, the VR scene needs more games, but the problem with the VR scene is that VR is very expensive, and not a lot of people can afford that right now.
You really need to like.
What you needed to do was number one, announce your VR game, and number two, announce something else.
Yeah.
Anything. It could have been anything. Granted, everybody would have looked at that second game and gone, well, it's just going to be garbage and it's going to be monetized to hell. But there would have been enough people that have been going, oh, okay. There's enough people that are like, I'll give you a second chance. There are. That's why EA are still around.
Yes.
that and they get kids addicted to gambling.
Yeah.
But
allegedly.
That's not the point. So you had that, but no, we're just going to announce Batman
a VR game. And here's the thing: there are some people who can't actually, like, not just for motion sickness reasons.
Oh no,
like
I can't see.
Yeah,
VR.
They VR just doesn't work for them because of their eyesight or whatever other issues. So
it's one of those, man.
Yeah, they defy all logic. They make no sense. And could you all of you just stop being?
I need
like,
to ask.
It's not even like vindictive. It's just stupidity.
I feel like Warner Brothers is somehow, they've got to be connected to Amazon. They have to be connected to Amazon, because I do not understand how a show that got absolutely lambasted like Rings of Power,
because people hate watched it,
can get
a second season. Because people hate
that show is so bad.
People hate watched it.
It's worse than Doctor
Who. They don't. Yeah, but the thing is, all right. So here's the problem.
I know people
hate watched it. They don't. Amazon don't care if you hate watch it or not. You are watching it.
That's true.
So therefore, people are watching it. Therefore, they go, right, enough people are watching it, we'll give it a second season. Because they don't actually... The people at the very, very, very top don't have a fucking clue about what they're greenlighting. Yeah, they just look at numbers on a spreadsheet. Which is, again, a major problem with a lot of things in today's economy. Because they just look at number must go up. Despite the fact that, there is a thing called diminishing returns.
Oh, don't worry, we're actually starting to see that now.
Yeah,
especially in the movies, which is a bit of a shame.
Just ask Xbox and their Game Pass.
Well, look at the movies. Furiosa, which is apparently actually really good, and a lot of people have been saying it's very good. It's not made.
No,
not making its money, and it's mainly because one, nobody can really afford to go to the theatre or the cinema anymore, and number two, unfortunately, Furiosa has come out at the wrong time because people are kind of sick and tired of the girl boss thing now.
Yeah,
it's like what?
Unfortunately, the movies that came out before Furiosa were basically just terrible movies, and therefore when you try and present a movie,
it's not even
with that sort of setup.
Yeah.
There's already a preconception from people that it's going to have X, Y, and Z in it, even if it doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard mountain to get over when that happens. It's like
Furiosa, you can blame Marvel for that.
Yeah. You can blame Disney and Marvel for that.
Because their movies were bad. You know what the weird thing with Marvel is? Like you get to Endgame, right?
Yeah.
Everything up to Endgame has been well thought out. It's been good, and then after
they
Endgame,
have one or two slips like Thor 2, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. I think the problem with Captain Marvel is, number one, they are very aggressively marketed that one, and number two, that movie feels shoehorned in.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, they probably could have introduced Captain Marvel in Infinity War.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah, they
could have just put her in there, and then after Endgame, then we get the Captain Marvel, like setup and like her backstory and all that sort of stuff. I think if they had done that instead of like forcing her in, and the awful marketing, and also the actress that plays, is not very likable at all.
No. Also, there's yes, there are fans of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. But also, there are people who she's not a likable character in some stories.
No, she's not. But anyway, but yeah, you get to end one, and then all of a sudden, it's like they got drunk, and they face planted. Because everything after Endgame just doesn't make any sense.
I think part of the problem is like, I think the original plan for once Endgame, I know we're going on a tangent, but it's kind of like an exploration of like the whole problem with the industry as a whole.
Corporates. It's the problem with corporates.
Right, so I think the original plan for the people that wrote up to Endgame was, it started, you gotta remember, it started off slow. We didn't have a Marvel movie every year.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like, I think we had Iron Man, and then we had...
Did we have Incredible Hulk? Or was Incredible Hulk before?
I think Incredible Hulk was before.
But that was before the whole idea of...
Yeah, before, and then we had Captain America, and we had a couple of movies.
Yeah.
It wasn't like as many movies as it was by the time of Endgame. But the problem with the reason why people didn't get burnt out is because we knew it was building to Endgame.
Yeah.
It was building to Infinity War and then into Endgame. We knew this. We knew they'd already like preemptively, and it was like, and after Endgame being such a huge like for the Marvel Universe thing, what I think was meant to happen was they would ease off on the movies. And unfortunately, the corporates don't want that. They want number going up. And they don't understand that, you know, when people have watched like 6 Marvel movies in the space of like 4 years.
No, it's not even that. It's like 4 months.
Yeah, they're kind of burnt out, and it's like Endgame was a perfect point to basically like have the breath, like everything calms down, and then you have maybe like 1-2 movies max.
Yeah.
Not the absolute deluge of movies, and also you can tell
and TV shows,
and you can just tell that the amount of time that has been taken to write like the scripts and everything on these movies is a lot less time than what was previously given. And it goes into everything, like the script writing, the acting, the special effects, the fact that the special effects, you can tell like they're either stagnant or getting worse. And it's not because the technology, you know, it's not because the people working on the special effects are getting worse. It's because they're being given less time. It's because they're being demanded more of. There's been stories of like being told to do an entire shoot. The director look at it and go, "Now throw it out. Just start from scratch." Like weeks before release.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how the no wonder. Like everything's going to fucking shit. If that's how it's the process of making these programs and films are, what is wrong with you? And again, going back to Warner Brothers and their whole issue with just the fact, like, again, it goes back to they don't understand or not a part of the people that make the decisions have no inkling or connection to the very market that they're making decisions in. They have no hand on the finger on the pulse. They have none. No finger on the pulse. They don't understand what the market is, because after Suicide Squad and everyone literally tell them that your game is awful, it's boring, it's rubbish, boss design is absolutely atrocious.
Apart from Green Lantern. Apparently Green Lanterns is actually decent.
Yeah, no, but the problem is that when you decide to then copy it for the second Brainiac fight, it detracts from that fight. And you know, when you boil down to fighting Superman by shooting him with bullets, Superman. I should leave that there. Yeah, people aren't going to actually care about any of the other bosses.
You killed Batman. I'm sorry, you killed Batman. Like, what is wrong with you?
And so, but also like the fact that there has been a gradually growing discontent with the way the AAA game industry is releasing their products in poor conditions and then still going, "Oh yeah, buy the battle pass. Buy your subscription services.
About that, shall we move on to our next one?
Yes.
That's a good little tangent. So, Ubisoft did a little announcement.
At a tournament. Needless to say,
of the Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Variety.
And the Rainbow Six Siege community there made their views
well
known.
Have you seen the clip?
Yes.
Oh my god. Like, I don't think there's a single person in there that's like not booing. Who thought of this? Who actually thought of this?
Again, an executive at Ubisoft who have not got a fucking clue about the user base of Rainbow Six Siege. They want number to go up, and the number isn't going up anymore, and so they have to figure out a way of making number go up. They don't understand that there is a thing called that. They don't understand that in the game industry, how you make money is by making games.
Yeah, I know, right? Shocking. All
you have to do is look at Capcom.
Yeah.
Capcom have made more money in the last financial year than they've ever made. Do you want to know how they did it? Selling games.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
But you know, don't tell that to
no.
Don't tell that to Xbox or Ubisoft or anyone like that, because you know clearly Capcom must be like a $4 trillion company to be able to do that.
It's black magic, mate. They're fudging numbers. That's what it is. It's not. It's clearly not selling games.
Clearly
not.
Clearly
it can't be. What is this madness? Selling games.
I mean, you know,
making money. Madness. So anyway,
that would mean. You see, the problem isn't the fact that they don't want to make games. The problem is that they don't want to spend money making the games.
I don't even think it's that. I generally think that I've got to the point of like, you don't know how to make games anymore, do you?
I know Xbox don't know how to make games because you know,
no,
why else?
Xbox don't know how to sell games. The developers that they have know how to make games.
Yeah, but the problem is that they're shutting down all their developers.
That's my point. Xbox
That's what I'm saying.
Don't know how to sell it.
Xbox don't know how to make games. All they do is buy IPs.
Yes,
that's all
true.
They are doing.
That's true.
They are literally doing what EA did like 10 years ago.
So, Ubisoft announced a $10 a month membership for a shooter, Rainbow Six Siege, and it's not gone down well with the core fan base. Wow,
well, no,
shocker!
Considering the fact that it was only a few months ago,
right. You know what? I'm going to do it again. East Guillemont, Ubisoft, hire me. I will be that man that says no. This is a dumb idea. I will be him. I will be the person that plays devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Just hire me.
Here's the thing. You won't ask for much money.
Yeah, all you'd have to do is pay me a decent wage. I'm not going to ask for like as much as your CEOs or most of your like head developers
or board members
who clearly don't do anything other than harass the staff. I won't harass staff.
I know. So that's less lawsuits.
Yeah, because that won't be my job.
No. Less lawsuits, and the money that you would cost them, they would make back by game sales.
Yeah, my job will simply be, let's not do this because it's stupid. Whenever a stupid idea comes up, because this has got to be one of the stupidest ideas.
But again, it's from the company.
It's from Ubisoft.
It's from Ubisoft, who's one of their
quadruple A games.
Yeah, but also the people need to be get used to
not owning
their games. Which they then close the servers on an online only game, meaning that they can't actually play the game.
I am a little bit worried for Assassin's Creed with them doing this, with them saying that before announcing Assassin's Creed Shadows, because I've got a really, really annoying feeling, like a really sneaky feeling, because we haven't seen any gameplay and we haven't seen anything other than that.
Oh, it's going to be an online always.
That it could be an online
for a single player game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because it's Ubisoft, so I generally wouldn't surprise me if they did pull that shit.
I mean, they wouldn't be the first to do that.
So, Rainbow Six Siege, which is not a free-to-play game, recently revealed the second season of Year 9, dubbed Operation New Blood. And with it, Ubisoft also introduced the R6 membership. Lovely. Active membership holders will enjoy monthly drops of exclusive content that includes time-limited gear, animated legendary skins, 10-time battle level skips, a Bravo pack, and access to the premium battle pass for for $10, or a discounted $80 a year. Ooh. Wow.
$80 a year.
$80 a year. That's discounted. So if it's not the discount,
it's 120.
It'll be 120.
Now, I've sung Rainbow Six's praises. I think, as a person that has played it, it's terrible at it, but has played it. It is a very good game. It has definitely survived the god-awful launch that Ubisoft inflicted on it.
Yes.
And is a genuinely good game. Just don't expect the plot to make any sense.
The thing is, Rainbow Six Siege is a hero shooter.
Yes, I know, but it has a plot.
I know it has a plot, but it's a
just
hero.
nonsensical.
Or,
no, it is the most nonsensical.
Oh yeah, I know it
ever.
is. But so is Overwatch.
Yes, but
their plot is.
No. I understand that, but it's even worse.
Yeah,
it's worse than Overwatch.
I know.
Anyway, it is a good game. It is not $120 a year good.
No.
It is not $80 a year.
Especially considering this game is over 9 years old.
It is not $80 a year good. It is not monthly subscription plus extra for Battle Pass. Although it'll probably include it anyway. But my point being is no. I want the game, and I admit the game is good. But this is just fucking
dumb.
This is literally like, you are clearly killing your own community because you are greedy. You have no idea of the actual value of your consumer base. And you are deciding to literally milk it dry and alienate yourself from it because you're just a greedy, grasping vampire of a fucking company.
So, it's safe to say this membership has not gone down well with its core Siege fans, many of whom are pointing out that the game costs money to buy and already has various microtransactions as well. Oh yeah, it has a shop.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
It has a shop.
It has a battle pass.
It has a battle pass, which is literally a subscription, basically, if you want to keep buying the next battle pass.
Yeah. As revealed by a TikTok clip posted by Rosa Gaming, below, the announcement of the R6 membership specifically was booed by fans during the Blast R6 Major in Manchester. That took place over the weekend. Yeah, it definitely did not go around. I think like I said, I think the entire stadium,
the entire room, like the entire arena that it was in, booed. Like, there was not one person happy with that announcement.
It's so bad.
Like, it's on the same level of, do you not have phones?
Yeah, it is.
It is literally that fucking tone deaf. And not understanding of your community.
I want to, my brain is like, why would they do this? But then I know why they would do this. It's Ubisoft.
Yeah, they're greedy. It's greed. Again, just like multiverses, it's greed. Pure, unadulterated greed. There is no reason for Warner Brothers to monetize the game as badly as they have, except for pure greed, and they think that the people will buy it. People buying those products are stupid, which there will be. There will be some people who are stupid. There are also going to be some people who, for their job, will have to buy it. But again, and just like Rainbow Six Siege, the execs at Ubisoft who have made this decision don't think money is a finite resource. They don't understand the fact that people have to pay rent and have utility bills. They have lawyers to do that.
The other thing about this is with everything that you get in the subscription, you're not only are you're right. Number one, you're only going to attract the whales.
Yeah.
With that, you're only attracting the whales with that, which means most likely, because it's Ubisoft,
overpowered stuff in it.
There's going to be overpowered stuff in it.
Yeah, it's going to be pay to win.
Yeah, it's going to end up being pay to win. Which by doing that, you have literally killed
the game. Because the people who actually care about the game will just eventually go away.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you'll just have the whales.
Yeah.
Who will get very pissy that everyone is on the same level as them.
Yeah.
Who will then leave.
Yeah.
To go to another game that will let them pay to win.
Yeah, just go to COD.
Tarkov.
Just go to COD or Tarkov. Oh my god, Ubisoft. I think it is.
It's just more proof of the whole thing that like they don't actually understand the market they're in.
Yeah.
They don't understand the market they're in. Because these will be the same people in about 3-4 months down the line going, we don't, well, like, for example...
We didn't make
for
the profits
example,
that we wanted.
going back to Xbox because, you know, they closed Tango Games and I will literally beat them to a pulp.
And then the day after said we need more games like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yes. You know, they go on about like, oh, it's a tough industry and it's been in a bad, you know, it's been hard working for the last few years, and you know, it's a difficult environment and we have to like focus on it. Here's an idea: if you actually made good decisions, you'd make more money. You fucking idiots! The amount of money you are leaving on the fucking table because of your greed. Because you're trying to grab all the money, what you don't realise is that the table that this money is on is actually a sieve. And you're just dragging the money into the holes in the sieve. And it's going into the furnace.
I don't even think Microsoft are doing that. I don't even think Microsoft
No, I'm just saying like for Ubisoft.
Oh, Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, like... They think this is going to be maximising monetization, right? The problem is that what you're doing actually is alienating the people, the actual fans who would spend more money on your product if you didn't nickel and dime them. Yes, you will have the whales, but here's the problem. When those whales go, if you do not have your main player base, your game is dead. Because the whales will eventually move to another thing. Because, for example, if you encourage the whales by having overpowered stuff in your subscription service or whatever, they will eventually get bored of it and go elsewhere. And then if you've alienated the rest of the player base won't be there when the whales go. And here's the problem with just focusing on maximizing monetization over a select few. When the whales go, it's already too late. By the time you realize they've gone, it's already too late. It's too late. Because they'll have gone and the player base that you would need to get back in will have already moved on to something else. And they won't care. And it's just, it's infuriating how they're not even hiding it now. They're just openly going, yeah, we are greedy fuckers and we want all your money and we don't understand why you can't give us all your money to... What do you mean you have utility bills to pay? Don't you have lawyers to make you avoid paying it? What do you mean taxes? What's taxes? What is taxes? I have an accountant to pay to avoid all this shit. Don't you have an accountant to avoid paying taxes?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
This is the level of fucking douchebaggery that is going on now.
Yep.
It's got to the point that I literally want one of the major AAA game companies to go under. Yes, a lot of people will lose their jobs. Yes, the people who are on fucking giant paychecks won't actually suffer. But it'll wake up the fucking industry.
Well,
at least it should. Because if it doesn't, then it deserves to die.
I would like to agree with you on that. Oh yeah, it'll wake them up. But then I now just think Ubisoft put a subscription in their game.
In their game that people pay for.
Like
that already has a battle pass.
I don't think there's any way. No one's waking this. It's dead. It's dead. No one's waking up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it doesn't wake the industry up to how like you are literally shooting your own foot, you're literally cutting off your own arm, trying to make all this obscene, stupid, irrational amount of money, unrealistic expectations of profit margins. If they don't realize, if the collapse of one of the big companies doesn't wake them up, then the AAA industry as a whole deserves to die. That's what I'm saying. It's like either they'll wake up and realize what the fuck's going on. It's like, okay, we can't keep doing this, or they'll continue on and they'll all die.
No, see, the thing is, what I think will happen is Microsoft will buy them.
Yeah, fine.
That's what will happen.
The thing is, fine, because Microsoft will run them into the ground. The day you get bought by Microsoft is the day closer you get to being closed down. Just as Tango Games. And yes, I will bring that up at every opportunity. Speaking of bashing...
Ubisoft, man. Just one thing. Just once. Can you not be that money grubber? Please. I feel like the Shrek meme where it's like, can you just like be quiet for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And Donkey, like Ubisoft is the donkey and I'm Shrek.
Yeah.
I just want to look at it. Just give me 5 minutes, Ubisoft. Come on.
5 minutes. That's all we're asking for.
Can you not be money grubbing for 5 minutes?
Just don't do anything for 5 months.
Please. Right. Well.
So now we've bashed on Ubisoft. We've bashed on Warner Bros.
It's now time to bash on Sony because Sony are doing it again with their access, their PC access. Because recently at the State of Play, God of War Ragnarok was announced to be coming to PC, which very good. Everybody's very happy with that, except for the one thing that you have to have a PSN network to play the game.
Which again, on its own, is not necessarily a bad thing. The problem is the fact that PlayStation Network is not available everywhere that is on Steam, and I'm literally like, while there are tenuous arguments about stuff like Helldivers and multiplayer games, there is tenuous arguments.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, you need an account, but only for multiplayer. You can still play
the single
Ghost
player
of Tsushima single
offline,
player, which is fine.
However, God of War Ragnarok is a single player only game.
Mm-hmm.
Why on fucking God's green earth do you need an online account to play a single player game?
Well, the thing is, right? Look, that's it's not really the PSN having to have an account is the problem.
It's the problem is that
it's the fact that again, you haven't got the PSN network in all the countries where your game is going to be available.
Yeah.
Right.
Or should be available.
Or should be available because apparently I don't think they're releasing God of War on PC in the countries that don't have
PlayStation Network,
which is how they're getting around all of this, which is still bullshit. It's also stupid because you're hurting yourself. You're just limiting your sales.
Like just on a fucking sales perspective, why are you restricting your market? Like again, this is the whole thing about forcing and encouraging. You don't force people to do something because us as human beings, we get rather pissy when we're told we have to do this. And if we have an option to not do this when we're told you have to do this, we go, okay, fine. Like for this argument, if you don't get the PlayStation Network, you can't play God of War. Well, fine, I don't play God of War then. What are you going to do about it?
I can just to be fair, if they've got a PS5.
But if you go, you can play the game. But if you get a PlayStation Network account, a link to your Steam or whatever, however you ever gotten God of War, you get the Kratos from God of War 3 skin. Like, that's how you do it. You encourage, don't
the thing is
encourage.
The thing is here, the restriction theoretically means that the game will not be available to buy in any of the more than 170 countries.
That doesn't have the PlayStation.
That doesn't have the PlayStation Network.
Like, for fuck's sake, the
game doesn't have the PlayStation Network. That's your problem. That's not the fucking customers.
But why are you punishing customers Sony? Why are you punishing customers for you not being able to get your fucking shit together?
Now, granted, okay, some of these countries may not have great online. Maybe that's why they don't have a PSN. Maybe true, but like there are games here that like you don't need to be on the internet to play.
Yeah.
So just let them
play
have it.
And I understand some people will go like the PlayStation Network has its own. Sony has its own issues in regards to looking after people's data, etc. with accounts and that. Valid concerns as well. I would also point out no one complains about Microsoft, and they're even worse. But again, it's still the thing. My thing is like you are restricting your audience. It is a dumb idea. You should just release the game and let people play it. And again, my point being, if Microsoft was in a better place, if Xbox in a better place, do you honestly think Sony would be pulling this bullshit? No, they fucking wouldn't. This is what I've been saying over and over and over again. I want Xbox to do well. Because it means Sony can't be fucking assholes.
Well, good luck with that, because Xbox are not going to be doing well for a while.
Oh no. Yeah, they have to get rid of Phil Spencer first.
Well, it's not just
and
that.
Matt Booty.
They need to clean out of like this,
the entire executive.
It's the attitude that they need to change. Like the whole hands off attitude.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is clearly
that's what I'm
not working.
saying. The entire like Xbox gaming at the executive part of the upper echelons of Xbox.
Yeah.
You need to clear out fucking everyone now.
I do have to ask a question. What exactly do they do? Other than make stupid statements and say really stupid things in public.
Fire people.
What exactly is their job?
Sit around and look pretty, apparently.
That makes sense.
Make documentaries in which they say they learn from their mistakes, but only then make the exact same mistakes a few years later.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Sony. Yeah, Sony being the knobhead again. God damn it, man!
It just makes no logical sense in a sales even if you take out the whole like problems people have with the PlayStation Network as and like Sony's not great reputation of looking after people's data, etc., etc. Even if you take all those things out, it still doesn't make sense because you're restricting your fucking potential consumer base. Like, why are you doing this? It's just either option A. I mean, one, you shouldn't force people. You should encourage. 2, if you have a country that doesn't have your network, that's on you to get it fucking fixed. And if not, you shouldn't be punishing those people because you haven't gotten round. You've been too lazy to be on your fucking arse to roll out the PlayStation Network in those countries. Like, you are now selling games on PC. Therefore, the market that you have is more than just the countries that you sell your console in. It is logical sense, and I'm just stop being corporate American.
Stop being stupid. It's not even that. It's not even just stop being corporate American. Just stop being stupid.
Yeah, stop
being stupid. Like, Sony's bread and butter is single player games.
Yeah.
Look at the big games that have come out. They've all been single player games. Right? You don't need the internet. I mean, granted, Ghost of Tsushima, for the multiplayer, you need the online. But the single player is fine.
Yeah.
But also, The Last of Us is a single player game.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, single player games. Like, you don't need the PSN.
Like,
it doesn't need to be a thing on PC. So just release these games on PC. You will make money.
Yeah, you will make more money. Don't go down the route that Phil Spencer has and make everything involved with subscription levels and subscription users. Don't do it because that method will plateau, and it will never get higher than the plateau. Like, everyone goes on about like, oh well, Netflix's numbers are going back up after they changed the password rules and all that.
Yeah, because people have had to make a Netflix account.
But once that number plateaus again,
that's it.
That's it. It's never going higher. It's not going to continually go up. It's going to go down.
And also, the numbers are only going up because they're up in the price.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but just on user numbers.
Oh, user numbers. That's not going to last very long.
No. Like, the entire industry in everything, like, in the entire economy, needs to move away from this whole number must always be going up, because it is leading to absolutely fucking the most stupidest decisions in the history of this industry. Like, sacking people who have made a great game. Like, going all in on a subscription service that undermines the sales of your games.
Well, like saying that crossplay is dangerous to our players.
Yeah, like saying crossplay is dangerous to our players. Like adding a subscription service to a game that people already pay money for.
Like releasing a game called Skull and Bones and calling it a quadruple A game.
Yeah. Like releasing a...
By making a studio make a game that they didn't want to make and then forcing them to release it in a buggy, messed state and then coming out and saying, well, it was fine in testing.
Yep.
Like
then also saying, we will support this developer, only to close them down within a year of saying it.
Anyway, Sony, please, for the love of God, just
stop it.
Just stop. I know you have no incentive to stop.
Yeah, because
Xbox have just decided to, like, I don't know, like,
commit seppuku,
bolt their feet to the ground.
They've lobotomized themselves. Xbox. That's what's happened. They've lobotomized themselves.
So, just Sony, please, for the love
of God. Nintendo are Nintendo, so they were their own little thing.
Nintendo are off in their corner, not really giving a shit about anybody. They're just like, we're over here. We've got Pikmin 4 over here. We're fine. We're fine. To be fair, Nintendo are doing quite well.
They are doing well. But again, like, Nintendo are not in competition.
Yeah, Nintendo aren't even trying to be in competition with Xbox or Sony. So, please, Sony. Right, anyway, staying on Sony, and we'll end the thing. We're going to talk about the state of play.
Yes.
Now, I've seen online that a lot of people have been going, oh, it's the worst state of play ever. In all honesty, I'm not asked.
I'll be honest. That's what people have been saying for the last 3 or 4 state of plays.
State of plays. It's also been.
Also, again, it's the cool thing to shit on the top dog.
Yeah. But the other thing is, it's just like, well, what were you expecting? What were you expecting? And number 2, it's just trailers, man. Yeah. Like, what are you on
also,
about?
Like, the thing is like of the big major successful games that have come out, right? The only one that I remember going into launch of the game and like building like throughout the development, the only one that I had any specific like massive hype for was Baldur's Gate 3. You know, Helldivers 2, Sony did promote it, but it wasn't like setting everything on fire in the world until it was released. You know, and then you've got like the indie successes like Lethal Company and Content Warning. They came out of left field. So like the major like franchises.
I just feel that
we could, you know, one of the games shown could end up being like a massive.
Oh yeah, I just feel that like people are putting way too much fucking expectation on these things.
Yeah,
like because you gotta remember a lot of them are gonna be either new IPs, of which a lot of this actually is. The state of play was a lot of new IPs, and I think people are expecting like I don't know, people are expecting levels of like Metal Gear 5 or stuff like that, and it's just like, why are you when you put expectations on these things, you're already setting yourself up to be disappointed.
I mean, we got gameplay of Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I wasn't even expecting that. I always go into these things, including the Xbox ones, with no expectations.
You should do.
I will always joke that like when it comes to state of play, Bloodborne 2, I will always joke about that because I want a Bloodborne 2.
Well, it's just like whenever Capcom does something, I keep going on about Dino Crisis.
Yeah, but we both know that most likely it's not going to be that.
Yeah.
Right?
But if it happens, I will be losing my shit.
Yeah.
But I don't expect it.
A lot of the
and
discourse...
it's not like also like it's not also not like, you know, Ubisoft who fucking edge blooming Splinter Cell fans.
That's true.
You know,
right.
There was literally nothing that was like.
I personally think that this one was all right. It wasn't.
It was okay. Was it like? And I get we've said this before. Like this is also like Sony and Microsoft's own fault because
because of what they were
used to be doing.
Yeah.
And now people have come to expect that level, and it is partially their own fault for building that expectation.
And I just think it's like okay, like you need to lower your expectations now.
Yeah.
Like you need to stop thinking that you're gonna get like some unbelievable, amazing reveal.
But also, like, here's the thing, especially if it's like a new IP. What do you want?
Exactly.
Like, are you just basically wanting franchise game number 6? Is that what you really want?
Shall we go on and talk about what was revealed?
Yes.
So this is not in any order, apart from maybe the last two. So the first one on this list anyway, Where Winds Meet.
Yeah, it's a very Crouching
Dragon, Tin Dragon, House of Daggers sort of style of like possibly story. Have no idea because it was all a pre-rendered.
Yeah, so we don't know how the game will actually play.
At least I think it was. Was the gameplay?
Was it not the one that looked very Sekiro though?
It could have been.
Yeah.
There was two that looked like Sekiro.
Yeah.
I think this was one of them, and then there was the other one that was like the Abereth or something like that.
Yeah.
But the guy's got the kid on his back.
Yes.
Yeah, there was that one. Well, this one looks very, like I said, very...
That had a bit more Stellar Blade style to it, though.
Yeah.
Combat-wise.
Yeah.
Or less feel.
Well, this one actually, to me, felt very Sekiro.
Yes.
Where Winds Meet. With the guy with the umbrella.
Again, this is just our impressions with...
It could be completely wrong. And it definitely gave off Souls-like.
Yeah.
It definitely gave off Souls-like. And so... But again, most of it was pre-rendered, and I do think there was gameplay trailer, but whether that is not.
It's the sort of thing like you see. It was like you see in certain games where they show you the like specific moments in boss fights.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Again, this is all very early stuff. It could completely change by the time the game comes out. So it is interesting. For Souls players, it's definitely something to probably keep an eye on at the moment. But again, very early days, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Infinity Nikki is the dress-up adventure game.
Yes,
coming to PS5.
That looks very,
weird.
very. Right. So the first part of the trailer was very wholesome and like, I can see the type of people that will like that.
Very Animal Crossing.
Yeah, very Animal Crossing, but also like very, very JRPG.
Yeah.
Wholesomeness sort of thing. And then they showed some of the combat, and I'm like, this is going to have a dark undertone in it, isn't it?
Yeah, and then right at the end, you had somebody chained up against the wall.
Yeah. Very dark undertones.
But it looks weird because it looks like a dress.
It does.
Like a dress game, but with
actual
Pokemon and JRPG.
With actual JRPG
mechanics. But it generally looked like the little animals. You could fight with them as well.
Yeah,
it looked,
possibly.
And
those platforming moments with them. The thing is, I can already see certain people like wanting to play that.
Yes. No, I think it'll do.
Which is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing.
I think it'll do all right. It's a different genre to actually have, which is all good.
Yeah,
it's all good. The more genres, the better. This is the other one. Ballad of Antara.
Yes,
that
was
the other one.
Very...
This one is a free-to-play fantasy action RPG.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is the one that was very Souls-like, very sort of like
Stellar Blade
looking sort of stuff
in combat.
Yeah,
sort of thing. Yeah. At least, again, this is just from the impressions we got, because until you actually get the controller in your hand, you don't know exactly how the combat will play out.
Yes. We got some more footage of Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. I'll have to admit, Magneto looks fucking badass.
Look, I like the fact that we're getting more hero shooters.
Yes.
But I'm personally kind of done
with hero shooters.
Overwatch kind of just killed me.
Yeah.
On hero shooters.
The thing with Marvel Rivals is that it does seem to be looking at what the community in Overwatch have been complaining about and going, okay, so Blizzard aren't fixing their problems. How about we offer a similar experience, but with the problems they are stating fixed.
Yeah, the announcement came with the announcement of a closed beta test for PS5 in July.
Yeah.
So that looks... I will admit, Star-Lord as basically Reaper.
Yeah. there was... You can clearly tell that they've taken inspiration from Overwatch with certain characters and their skill sets.
Well, just playstyle, to be fair.
And playstyle, yeah. Like, there's clearly a fairer, like, death from above.
Yeah.
Style move from certain characters. But the thing I like, actually, is that they're not going with the... You know how, like, most recent, like Avengers was a very B-movie style take on the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
But this seems to go more like a little bit more towards the comic inspiration sort of thing, which is one, what you should do, and two, gives them an options to make money from more than just the characters, but actual like skins, which is what they'll probably do. You'll probably be able to get like Onslaught era Magneto or Anti-Venom costume for Venom, maybe.
Oh, Carnage.
Carnage. The amount of Spider-Man costumes they'll be able to do.
The different Star-Lord ones.
Yeah,
they can even make some stuff up for Star-Lord.
I know, but like but also like you could have Wolverine, because I think Wolverine's in it, isn't he?
I don't know. I think so, though.
Yeah.
It'd be silly.
They have Storm. I know they have Storm. They could have Ultimate X-Men Storm. They could have animated Storm, the 90s animation. They could have
Queen of Wakanda.
Yeah, Queen of Wakanda Storm.
But yeah, Adam Warlock. That was the other one that they showed off.
Yeah,
because they showed off two characters. They showed off Venom,
and
Adam Warlock, who is about. They didn't really show off Adam Warlock very well.
No.
They mainly showed off Venom, but Adam Warlock is the gold guy that magically appears. Who, by the way, just to let you know, Adam Warlock shows up at he doesn't show up, but he is at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yes.
And then we never see him again.
The original Captain Marvel, I believe.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on for that. Rivals looks good, but like I said, I think I'll probably watch people play it, but
it is literally a hero shooter.
Yeah, I'm not
in the vein of Overwatch.
I'm not really going to.
The destructible environment though looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it did. Magneto just chucking metal at the bridge and it just fell.
Just collapsed. That was great.
We also had some VR games. We had Alien Rogue Incursion, which looked, for the fact that it's coming out at the end of the year, it
very
looked
rough.
Very rough.
Yeah, the frame rate wasn't great. Now, granted, they say it wasn't like December or anything. It said fall 2024. So it is possible that it will get put back.
Yeah. But other than that, we did because if it was gameplay, because it might have been just a pre-rendered trailer.
Yeah.
If it was gameplay, it might need a little bit more time.
May need more time than the
other VR game we got was Behemoth.
Yes, which is from the people that gave us the Until Dawn. Not Until Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn. I had Dawn in the word.
And the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners series.
Which are very good VR games, apparently.
So that looked alright. That looked actually quite fun.
And it is nice that Sony is still putting effort into the VR. The PS2 VR.
It had that giant fucking. I like the idea that you can like run underneath the monsters and just look up and there it is.
Yeah.
And its foot is there and it's about to squash you and all that sort of shit. It looked really cool. But other than that, we didn't really see much about it. It's just the usual swing your sword and hit the enemy.
You have cool mechanics to do in VR.
We got an Until Dawn.
The remake
trailer, which looks very Uncanny Valley.
It looks. This is the thing. Like you can clearly tell the graphics are better, but the characters look worse. It's weird, and I don't know whether or not it was just the rendering of the trailer or what. But there was definitely something off.
It was mainly, for me, it was the eyes. Like, everyone's eyes looked like they were dead inside.
I think I said that when watching it. It was almost like the graphics have gotten better, but the animations are still the old animations.
Yeah, it looks
and
off.
It's kind of off-putting when they're in motion.
But after that, we got some Path of Exile 2.
Yep, so confirmation again that Path of Exile 2 is coming to PlayStation.
Oh yeah, they also announced couch co-op.
Yes!
That's what they announced in the game.
Great, that's what we want.
Which is good, because like couch co-op is cool.
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2.
Oh my god, I love that game. The announcement for God of War being on PC came out. We've already talked about that. Right, so we're now on to the so this isn't a big hitter, but it's a big hitter for me. We actually got a new Dynasty Warriors game.
Yes.
Dynasty Warriors Origins. Now, I don't know how they've done this.
Mm-hmm.
How they've made a third-person giant hack and slash game and made it look good. But somehow they've done it.
It could be pre-rendered.
It could be pre-rendered. That's very true. And I'm not.
Because everyone remembers Dynasty Warriors 9.
Yes. But this is...
Because you got to remember, Dynasty Warriors 9 promised so much and looked so good, and then we got the actual game and I was like,
this is bad. Yeah. But if this is as good as it looks, like, fuck me. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Like, we're talking, like, total war level of number of troops.
Yeah, the amount of troops that was on that screen.
Ridiculous a number of troops.
The amount of troops that was on that screen was ridiculous. I'm going to enjoy murdering every single one of them.
The problem is, I hope they move back to the older combat systems. Yes, the people complain that they're simplistic, but every time Omega Force moves away from that system, it's terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's awful. It always...
Just look at Dynasty Warriors 9.
And 6. 6? Yeah, 6. Oh, God, they were poor. But yeah, it looked really, really cool. They've definitely at least worked on the actual look of it. Like, even the grunts looked good.
I know.
That just makes me think, what are the actual characters going to look like?
They're going to be amazing.
What is Lubu going to look like? That is the big question.
Lubu's going to be look like that.
Is he going to be clad in gold again?
Yes.
I missed that because the last few games he's been black armor,
which
has been cool. But like the Dynasty Warriors 4, humongous gold shoulder pads. Yeah. I missed that. I missed that. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors Origins. It's all it was really a reveal trailer.
Yeah,
didn't get a lot of gameplay. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye on that.
There's Concord.
Concord was the big one.
Yeah. Which is another hero shooter.
It's going to be another hero shooter.
It does look like they're going for... It's a very style of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
In sort of humour level.
In tone.
And also style. But it's very also Overwatch in hero shooters play styles.
What they went on about... Because I was actually asking when... I actually mentioned this when we were watching it. It's like, what are they going to do with lore? Because they had like a big cinematic trailer before they showed off a big vignette, and you looked at it and you was like, okay, so this is clearly going to have a story. It's clearly going to have a story. So what are they going to do? Are they going to do the Overwatch thing and not have your lore inside of the game, or are you going to
go all in?
Go all in, and it actually looks like they're going to go all in because every week they're going to have a new vignette.
Yeah, they're going to show vignettes. I hope they have like a way of showing, like viewing all the vignettes.
Yeah,
not just like for this 1 week this vignette, and once it's gone, because that would be annoying.
Oh yeah, but other than that, there's because.
There's not a lot to really go into. It's as we said,
it's a hero shooter.
It's a hero shooter, very reminiscent of Overwatch.
Yeah. I have some people saying that there's like Destiny assets in there, but nah, there's not. There's just things that look like they're from Destiny. It's not. But yeah, Concord, it looks alright, but it's a hero shooter. Silent Hill 2 was also shown, and
people are getting worried now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned, mainly because number one, there was a lot of shooty bang bang in that trailer that I didn't like. And secondly, the characters look absolutely nothing like any of... And I'm not just on about the female characters. No, James is not James.
He doesn't look like James, yeah.
That is not the same guy. And I'm just like, okay, so what's going on here? But yeah, other than that, we haven't really got anything. The Silent Hill 2 thing...
It didn't do anything to ease anyone's concerns.
Didn't do anything to ease anyone's concern. Also, it didn't really show you anything that you hadn't already seen.
Yeah, there's nothing else to add.
Other than characters.
Yeah.
We didn't. I was kind of hoping to see Pyramid Head.
We didn't see him.
And we didn't see Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
So... But, anyway, on that note, shall we end there?
Yeah, let's end there.
Okay. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we'll catch you next time. Bye now.
Toodles.